What to do today?
What to do today, indeed. I don't know. Maybe a wade. Didn't think this would be a start to an intro, but here we are. The 3rd anniversary for a 2-part wade. It's one of our ravens. It would appear he successfully attained it and is on his way back. It was pleasing to know your plans are progressing so smoothly. Finally returned, have you? The Trader's brand has a way of slowing a fella down. I can't just walk around with broad daylight as the Apostle's leader anymore. And this year I also feels all too accurately. One slight slip and I'll have the angels and the Apostles nipping at my heels. It's all very exhausting. Ah, yes. Them. Hall reports that the Albanian prince and his little band are being kept busy at the sacred tree. So the only obstacles left before us are the Apostles, Basile's blasted pups. Though if we report us drinks correctly, it might just give us the leverage we need to pry Basil from his seat as Archbishop. With him out of the picture, none would remain who might challenge my authority. Everything hinges on being rid of those damned Apostles. I take it I have my orders then? I should think you fit for the job, unless you still harbor a sentimental attachment to the old workplace. I'm not the sort to pick up the pieces once I cast something aside. Good. Then let us begin the final phase of our operation. A string of final incidents involving demons have recently taken place in the north. It all began with the theft of a sealing stone from the altars of the alien church and grounds. Smoking to the south of Australia, the stone emitted a miasma that spread through multiple regions, driving man and a fiend alike into a frenzied condition known as Full Wharf. In the town of Paradise, a woman calling herself Madame stole other people's memories in an effort to attain superhuman power. Both cases were resolved through the hard work of the angels and their apostles, but in the closing improvement of the Paradise case, there was a fear that a traitor existed among our ranks. This traitor was none other than Basilius, the leader of the apostles. Both the war incident and the events in Paradise were merely experiments in his quest to revive Satan, a demon of tremendous power. Since his betrayal, Basilius has lived as a fugitive, hiding from his former peers as he works to free fallen angels, memories of angels sealed away by the magic of the stone. And within those bodies crafted to assemble angels received the 5 archdemons, creatures said to have wrought untold devastation during the ancient Imperial War. Though constructed as prisons, these angelic forms spent eons sleeping in the demons' fell miasma, and its corrupting influence ultimately awakened them as fallen angels. Instituted to the world by Basilius, they followed the dictates of their wanton desires until the demons sealed within them finally manifested. Though the angels and apostles were able to drive them back for a time with the prison's help, it is unknown what became of the demons after that. And while the investigation continues, no viable leads on the whereabouts have been found. Alright, now about to sum things up. I thought I might find you here. Looking into the memories we collected? Just finished, actually. Right now I'm taking advantage of some downtime to put together reports of the demon situation on my tablet. And that's the device you crafted from a recipe to determine the scores of perdition, yes? Also, what scares me that you consider drafting reports to be a form of downtime. You are going to burn yourself out if you don't take some actual rest. Says the angel who's always flying off on some new task or another. Regardless, I have a piece of good news. Once the new tech I'm working on is done, it'll cut your middle management workload in half. That is both very kind of you and wholly unnecessary. I've never once felt my work to be a burden. Which means those perennial dark circles under your eyes were besides of utter excitement and delight. I suggest you stop worrying for my health and focus more on your own, Regina. You are an honest apprentice involved in analysis and negotiation and strategy. You should try cutting your own workload before going out after mine. No, you can be sure I'm always working to improve my own efficiency. In fact, the new features I had on my tablet significantly cut down the time I took to analyze those memories. Ilia's legacy certainly lives up to its name. I bet nobody knew how to get it done like I did. Then we should both take a page from her book and get back to it. I have a progress report to share. And you called me a workaholic. But alright, it's from Force's unit, I presume. Yes, they're dropping in on Father Mugura. They're already in town investigating his personal affairs. Last time Forrest said he was going to go through the storage locks at the fort and try to discover who's backing Basilius. Which means this priest must be a step on the path to drag his solid set back around into the open. Any words of wisdom you would like me to relay? I'm more interested in sending backup than advice. What on earth is people doing at the moment? They remain undercover in the military ruled state of what was Tsushima, but we've had no word from them since they just across the border. Well, I suppose no news is good news, although keeping down low for profile makes it tough to send them as backup. I know it is a bit early for our scheduled check-in, but shall I get in touch with Romeo and Gabriel regardless? No, let's have to stay focused on the current mission. We can ask them about reinforcements next time we talk. Besides, I have a few things I need to look into before we speak to Nevin. Or more specifically, things I need to ask. Things you need to ask? Me? There are a few points I can't square on the reports that have come back so far. Just there's the fact Romeo and the others had no idea about the Sailing Stone or the Miracles. It was my understanding that you and the rest of the angels fought in the Imperial War when the demons were sealed away. So how is it possible they were unaware of the Miracles made to seal them, or the stone that kept them was in the other world? Second question, who crafted the Miracles in the first place? At first I assumed the copies were created by the church from instructions in the Scrolls of Perdition, much like my tablet. But a closer inspection showed that the technology used in those Miracles is markedly different. Which makes me wonder both who made them and how they managed to do it. If you wish to ask me something, Regina, you may simply do so directly. What do you know about all of this? I feel I'm unable to answer that question. Unable, is it? So in other words, you're... Regina and Sandalflaw, you are both to be called to answer the crime for high treason against the church. Wait, treason? Is this a joke? Save your questions for Cardinal Grind and the Auspex. They are waiting for you. I take it this is one of those invitations we don't get to say no to. Welcome back to our conversation on the Labor Day, Sandalflaw, and I intend to get some answers. What's the meaning of this nonsense? I demand an explanation! My thoughts exactly. Perhaps you will be so good as to tell me why yet more angels and apostles continue to follow Basilius in rebellion against the church. The apostles follow to his order, as well as the angels of Yuda and Raphael, have recently been arrested for the murder of poor Father Magula. Additionally, we just received word that a pack of assailants bearing the angels' likeness have launched an unprovoked attack on the state of Wasima. Since the apostles never been on one hiding devils. That's how it is. The fact they happen to be there on another mission does not prove they incited the fallen angels to attack. These are laughably baseless accusations that no one in the right mind could possibly believe. And yet someone will believe it anyways. Well, that happened. Move along. A few days before Regina suffered on false arrest in a certain alien church. This is a lot of dialogue. Oh, hi. Wait, this is... Well, it seems I finally made it back to this side. Now all that's left is to enjoy my revenge on him for banishing me to another world. He'll surely realize I've returned by now, given all his meddling with the chain of causality. And while I'd like to wait and see what his next move will be, it'll be so much more entertaining to head there and witness it for myself. And at that point you fail. You do realize I was asking some weird parent-child telepathy thing. God, it really sucks. Hospitalia Festival. Oh. Oh. I think I know what's probably going to happen around the time of this happening. Satan's revival is going to happen. Uh-huh. Later, what? Mm. I take back everything I said. Uh-huh. Trusting guts. Trusting guts. Bum 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 going to do the ding. What to do? Shoo. The invasion of South Castile. The demon lord Satan himself on the side is my guess. Yes, the puzzle pieces start finally come together. This is a lot of talking that I'm thankfully skipping out upon. Is that bird a problem? That bird is a bomb! Oh no! That's a game over on his side. God, you snake. It's very specific. Oh, forget it. You're almost switch off now. The apostle was unsecured. Maybe he had a separate cells, but just one background and all four of them together because that's how it works. Everything is progressing smoothly. At this rate, we're at the situation was even similar handled ahead of schedule. This is basically all the dialogue that I'm just reading over right now. Do 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 do. Well, not entirely resolved. We have yet to fight the last Archdemon, but this is basically going ahead of schedule and just being done before, because, you know, why not? Documents are the only thing missing, huh? Ah, so they do know Metatron. But who and why? Oh. So basically, this whole thing is basically going to go to start with them basically being in Gramps' jail cell. All these things thought. Not on a mission, thank you. What's that sound? Satan's expression. Five more demons originally derived from Satan hold fragments of his flesh inside them. Those fragments need first to serve as the heart and drive them. Flesh and heart alone may not suffice. What about the soul? Further investigation is required. There's the last part made some sense, but at least we got them into a Satan's survivor now. I can't! Some kind of baby is cutting him off my link to it! And coincidence. Papa Bear smells the trap. Oh look, it's the Otherworld version! Oh look, never mind, it's actually the other one! I had faced you at all, I feel. Oh, can say approve your taste in welcoming parties. Serious, you're a monster! How can you do such a thing? Actually, it was your meddling in my plans that forced my hand. Your plan to fight Satan, you mean? Yes, once the Seal Dot series were all released from the Milwaukee, my plan entered its final phase. They have been sharpening their claws in preparation for this day, and now only Satan's return remains to be completed. You cannot stop me. There are a host of conditions bringing back Satan. Are you truly claiming to have already met them all? I see you read the journal. In that case, let me tell you a fun little fact. The vessel required for Satan's revival is me. The hell is that supposed to mean? Precisely what it sounds like, Nevin. I will become a part of him. I will become his heart. Are you mad? You'll never survive that, even with your strength. And what of it? Salvation for the world at the cost of a single life? I can imagine no greater bargain. How can you talk about salvation for the world after bringing about this massacre? Because it prevented a far greater tragedy. If it doesn't fulfill and ensure the survival of the many, it is immoral or not to do so. Don't you dare speak to me of morality! Salvation brought with blood and no true salvation at all! Oh, my sweet naive Pinon. Your words only serve to demonstrate what a privileged upbringing you enjoyed. Just what do you mean by that? I have nothing further to say. I'm afraid we aren't done speaking until you answer all of our questions. Nevin! On it. Sergio on lease! Sorry, Basilius, but we're in a bit of a hurry. I need to end this. You've improved. Is that a flattery here? I'm touched. Not flattery. That's a serious estimation of your skill. Clearly I was right about great preparations. Oh! Oh, he's entered a different pose. What? My Sergio! Body's going numb. What's happening? Can't feel my connection to pin on foot to Sergio. You see, this little device of mine taps angelic force and serves the Sergio bond. I'm afraid yours is now dormant. You're playing dirty! Again, you are naive. More often than not, honor is but a cause of death, and the dead can protect nothing. Hi. And you're still calling the demonic entities? You're a real piece of work, you know that? Do it. What? No, you're... Judging by expression, I see you his contact with fake me. Hi, Hall. Then you're the true Hall? Well, this is certainly unexpected. But seeing as the situation is strange, I see no reason to loiter here any further. Oh, but this is the perfect chance for us to get to know each other. My task here is complete. Apologies, but I have no interest in knowing you. Basilius, wait! My friend here will be a pale substitute, but you can deal with them instead. Do try not to die now. Hi. Well, that leaves me with little choice. And you're not dead. Are you just going to stand there around sucking wind, or do you want to be useful? Chatty little fellow, isn't he? Still, Papa Bear just can't sit around being caught out like that. We're ready to fight. How lovely to hear. In that case, let's celebrate a newfound friendship with some commemorative violence. So I'm confused. Is the hall summoned by... is Hall actually trying to go against Satan or what? I'm confused. I'm confused. Cunning Knight willing to use even the most underhanded of methods. He was the chief of Captain Gone to someone dispossessed entertainment in another world, and it starts to refer to the event of his return. Interesting. So is the hall we've been seeing actually a fake this whole time? That's rather interesting. Do we even have enough monsters to uninspire him? That would be nice. Darn. I should have been prepared for this ahead of time, but hey, you know, I have to do the thing anyways because it's all configurations and not actually materials. Whoops. Oh, faceless cards, awesome.
I win by whatever means necessary.
Go with the goddess's blessing.
Rather interesting.
My dragon stands ready.
Dragon? What's that?
I was a cut above, naturally.
Interesting. So whoever the hall everybody basically knows at this point is possibly a fake one. Or something, I'm not quite sure. That should be the last of demonic entities. Yes, but something strange. You've heard it too, huh? These demonic entities are definitely different from the ones we scratched before. Up to now, they're being fed a supply of miasma from the sealing stone, which is what made them such a pain. I know I'm new to this particular party, but it's so easy to deal with now. Isn't that a good thing? Sorry, but who are you again? Ah, well, where are all my manners? Oh, the pleasure's all mine. Prince Eunice once spoke of a hall once, something about a smoking chief of Captain Guard. Well, I happen to think I have a lovely smile, but that's neither here nor there. While your friend was talking about me, he wasn't actually talking about me. Would you like to explain that, or should I just stand here and blink at you? For some years, until very recently, I was trapped in another world. Worse yet, an impostor stole my face and got up to all manner of mischief in the meantime. It's all been quite deplorable. I heard you say something about that to Basilius earlier, but... Something the matter? I can't help but notice that accusatory stare of yours. Even for a friend that you doubt me. Actually, I very much do, and I tend to exercise extreme caution around you, given what you instead. A prudent, if not painfully stinging rebuke. And a shame, as I was hoping we might all enjoy a lovely partnership. Wait, you want to work with us? Do you even know what it is we're doing? Stopping Satan's revival. I mean, duh. As it turns out, I've been conducting something of a solo investigation and came in response to that. It's just much the same for you, I imagine. People usually bring something to the table when they mean to cooperate. And I just have oodles of things for you, which is why it breaks my poor little heart to hear you don't trust me. The most revelatory information in the world is the worst amount of bear dung if you don't trust the source, so I suppose I'll stop wasting your time. Yeah, it's like he wants me to punch him! Fine, then. Let's all just pretend we trust each other and pool what info we have. You're really going to hand over everything we know to this board, Nevin? We saw for ourselves that Team Basilius is on together, so the enemy of my enemy is my blah 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 whatever. Might as well say what we know. Especially since I plan to keep the sensitive bits myself. I certainly have no objections on my end, but rather than pooling, I propose a trade. Is there a difference? The slightest of distinctions, I admit, but I'm simply attempting to ensure a format most conducive to mutual aid, seeing as I am the untrusted party here. For all his whining about trust, he clearly doesn't have faith in the fighter. Oh, I suppose that helps to solidify the fact he's not plotting something. Fine, but not here. Let's head somewhere to a private democratic info or swap or whatever the odds contend. Ah, stop playing when the sun comes up here, it doesn't mess around. You okay, Pie? If you see to get a rusty head in Mom's lap. I'm quite awake, thank you. It's still not good. It's extremely unstable. Right now I can't even communicate with Sandalphon. Which means we'll have to return to Grants to deliver our report in person. a few hours earlier. So, you learned about the fragments of Satan held by the 5 archdemons, as well as the vessel that binds and animates them. Well, that is a tasty bit of intel. Your turn now, and it better be good. Then let's see how this little tidbit strikes you. The 5 fragments necessary to bring Satan back are already in my imposter's possession. Are you sure? But I don't... It seems that one was news to you. And yes, miss, I am sure. I confirmed it while tracking him. I can't speak for what he's done since leaving to join the 5 archdemons, but at least we've managed a fair trade. I was going to tell we already knew that as the 4 intel, but thanks to pinning on a big honest mouth, that's off the table. Sounds like we're really up against the deal. I wonder. I want to slap the smug grin off this guy's face. They got fragments at the festival, there's nothing... No, wait. They're still missing the soul! Are you referring to the cryptic note in the journal? The one about more testing being required? The journal missing the soul? Now that is surprising. Well then, a little bonus tip because we're such good friends. The fragments in the soul are insufficient to revive Satan. They need his soul, his mana, which is sealed away deep within another world. So evil restoring his flesh and blood is in the true resurrection which the soul? Precisely. I also learned that while digging into my imposter's movements. Until very recently, he was hard at work searching for the key that would allow him to retrieve that soul from the other world. What kind of key? I was unable to get inside to see it myself, but I'm given to understand it is a secret shard infused with Metatron's mana. Interesting. And this key is in the possession of your imposter? Indeed, though it isn't quite checkmate just yet, for use of the key entails a rather large-scale ritual. Go on. If the clues left behind by my impostor were to be believed, it requires a mass human sacrifice with 666 victims. You know, the exact number of the beast. They're going to butcher that many people as part of some ritual? And the fact such extreme measures are required is an indication of just how powerful Satan's sword truly is. And how do they plan on rounding up those 666 unfortunates? I think I know just the event. Dear Supertica! Grounds will be flooded with people from the Northern Church, more than enough to complete this grim task. But the Archspecula is only days away, we have to warn them! Easy to open on, think for a second, who exactly are you planning to warn? Everyone traveling to grounds and who is about to be slaughtered, Nevin? And considering the schedule, most of them are already in grounds by now. Warning them won't help, we need to shut the festival down. Romeo, and the Parkers don't reach out buddies and Elofon? No, the effects of facilities suffice to persist. In the present, we're going to grounds. I assume you're coming with us all? I wouldn't miss it for the world. After all, the ones who humiliated me will be waiting there. Then let's move out. Everyone ready? Hold up, honey bunny. I got a patch of hair stuck in that side room funny now. I'll fix that for you. I can't wait to pay the favor to those who crossed me. Oh, but they will pay. And what do you want me to do? Sharp as ever. You've been at this long enough for me to know how you think. I need you to do one little errand for me. Meanwhile... Can't believe I'm stuck in guard duty today for 4 days. I'm gonna miss my daughter's start speaking in the car. This is all your fault, you know. What kind of mad woman kills a priest and sets the entire town on fire, huh? It wasn't us! A little late to be pretending the innocent. Everybody knows about a plot to destroy the church. I just feel sorry for poor Archbishop Basel. He's under house arrest because he didn't see his subordinate betrayal coming. I'm telling you, it wasn't... You there, God. Put me through to the to her holiness, the Pope. I must speak with her about a matter. See, what is if you give it the name of Alpha? If you value your life and the lives of your loved ones, you would do this thing. What if Noah could give us some time of day? Because the Benix he hasn't forgotten. More importantly, was Otto, what if your sister connects to Raphael? Ideally too. And there's number 1. You mustn't, your holiness! That woman commands the apostles which make us chief among traitors! I will now repeat myself, Cardinal. Now stand down! Understood, your holiness. But do not hesitate to call for me if anything untoward happens. That nuisance has been sent packing. If you're something to say to me, now's the time. I told you we'd get under better circumstances, but I'm glad to see you looking well regardless. Enough pleasantries, state your business. Then I'll be blunt. These accusations of betrayal are nothing but lies, and I request our immediate release. Denied. I won't retract an order once given. And whatever conditions you must. Have us monitored if that helps. I only ask that you allow us to investigate this man and clear our names. Denied. You can wait until you settle until the hospital goes over. Was that all? Nope, I have a mountain of things to talk about, and I assume you feel the same since you agreed to see me. Yes, I do. I hoped we might have a proper talk before I attended my duties to the Spreaker. Sister. Oh, it's an adopted family situation, Oh. An apology is only necessary. If anything, I'm grateful. It is true my life changed when we parted. Days of crawling through the mud, drinking from puddles, eating rotting carcasses. And things did not get better when I was taken in by the orphanage, so when my aptitude as an aspect was discovered. It was one whole after the next, and I wished for death more times than I know. Yet here I am, still very much alive. I survived agonizing training, survived the 5% of the other aspects candidates, and in the end I claimed the title. Now here I stand, Her Holiness the Pope. It's all thanks to you, dear sister. The day you took lose my hand, you have to realize something of paramount importance. A person must reach out and claim happiness for themselves. Oh, I got you. Thank you. I have nothing left unsaid. I find my own, and here our conversation will end. You're right, Olga. Everyone has to find their own happiness. When I learned you become the aspects, I also undertook my training down here to kill me. And I did so in the hopes I might see you again. We're gonna replace you. LOL. Oh, Regina. It's too late. God, pretend this woman to a cell. Make it brief. It's fine, give it a whirl. I just said it doesn't serve a purpose outside of magical analysis, so I fail to see the harm. Let's give me a hand now. Move along, you! I'm glad we were able to speak in the end, sister. I had no idea that Ulrika and Regina were sisters. Still, I can't afford to get swayed by poetry sentimentality, so I'm afraid her dear sister will have to die. You know what to do. Are you certain that's wise, Eminence? If we kill an unable to replace her who is compatible with sensitive fond sister, it could mean losing an angel. And what of it? Eminence? What use has to search for angels anymore? Do it now, do as I command. If we're done here, get back in your one. But the expansion was here to give me, are you? Grant orders on doubt. Oh, you know, I was a fine actor, but thank quietly for such a glorious future. Actually, I was just feeling a bit sad, so I'll work out just nice. See, how's a weapon? You mean testing 1, 2 testing. That's Regina. There's no time, so I keep this brief. I'm using this while I was developing to speak to you from inside the courier. It's a little something I've been. Nerd, big one, workaholic, little weirdo. But honestly, if it just call me names, report to me later. I've been saving on an especially obnoxious message for him. Okay, are we sure she can't hear us? I know you heard me, Regina. One's getting up. Oh! What was that? Sorry, it turns out they were warming. It's back to what I was saying. I don't know whether this message is reaching or not, but I'm acting on the assumption that it is. Oh my god, so many YouTube notifications. I meditate the hell out of 430. Ah yes, another one of these. Awesome. Could have just been a little bit more fancy with this one, huh?
Oh, Sigil, grant me strength.
Raven's
Power
ridicule.
approaches that of the apostles.
I see how it kind of works on the stands. Kind of stands based.
I was a cut above. Naturally.
Nice view. Look over here! It's quite a major taste, Trader, but your games end here. You're on to the west. Speaking of games, do you play chess? What? I'll take that snack on just a process and no. We need to try it sometime. But if your matches only, but you might stop falling for Sotapi's plays. Good! Unless you lost this ready self-source of pain! Just as Regina planned, they've poured on story all the cell guards. Get out of here, Wizardo. We have places to be. Forrest, you're alive! Ordinarily, I would have preferred to gather for this and make the case for your release using the proper channels of law. Unless the Wizard of Justice turns slowly, so if Cardinal Grant is making this move during the Auspelica, we don't have the luxury of time. Given the circumstances, we have little choice but to take additional measures. Agreed. The day's already upon us, and we have a second to lose. Well, whatever we're doing, let's do it somewhere. The cell's cramping with my wings something fierce. Okay, does somebody want to tell me why there are two Forrests? Hmm? Oh, fine. I guess this is just us I'm seeing it. You can undo it now, Yuio. Very well. I was always customary for. Aww. The dragon was actually a replica. That's nice. He can turn into you? How do I not notice? That little guy is a magical organism made with my mana. If I would extend it out harmlessly, I could choose to show its perceptions warmly if I wish. And as it is a living ward of mana, Yuio can make it whatever shape he wants. Exactly. Better to defer to take both by form and to fall. I quite giving a kid a surveillance pivoting technique, but I gotta make him handy this time. Your observation on the favorite grade. It doesn't keep watch on him, but over him. So you can access the here now, but fine, whatever. What's the hang now? Follow Regina's orders, obviously. Even though it's been trying to command directly, she's not just what the level of skills give us. In the name of the goddess, it's time to minister her well. Well, it's a pain. Let's leave it at that. Where's the easy handling on, maybe? Over there, it's the imposter in Asia. Those rats are trying to hide from us. I think the attempts will really come out its way. Ah, there's only two of them. They're no match for us. One small correction, if I may. What? You have to taste of that. Your face. Only two foes is mistaken. God, it's a pincer attack! As the ones to fix the accurate intuition. Where did they underestimate the Templar? Seize them! Whoops. Report, sir. I managed to something against the apostles and Carpenter requesting immediate backup. So the Vipers are hoping to slip out on 2-6, eh? Unless, of course, that must be it. So, almost thought to be the apostles' leader was seen in the third cathedral requesting reinforcements to capture it. I knew it. There wasn't some sort of but a diversion, a clever camper, but we were able to for rather easy. Just take you to the script admirably. 10 points awarded. You catch all that, you eel? Forest battles flying colors. The main force of the Templars is successfully directed to arrive swiftly. That list of yours is really handy. Used correctly such that immediacy can turn attacks of battle in an instant. Yet, like any tool, it's not capable of going source beyond the wielders' imagination. And if it did, I would only be here if it is that the user doesn't properly understand the tool. Is that a reason to sin? We know nothing of the Demon Lord, save that it is a being of massive power. How can anyone take to heart that they don't even understand? I'm sure they see hope in the parts they can't yet know, but that strikes me as the very height of madness. I totally agree. In which case, do you think we can stop that madness in time? Thanks for your help, my analysis is nearly complete. Assuming we don't get any unexpected interruptions, that is. You make a fair point. It might not be a bad idea to apologize for her in advance. Was? How surprising! In that case, go quietly and... Oh, sorry, wasn't clear there. See, I'd apologize for what I'm about to do. You're up, Nevin. Papa Bear, wait again. Huh? What's that shaking? No, the ground's giving away! Ah! Oh, the enemy is zero on the construction only to drop the floor for under them? Such a sinful plan. There's no civilians here, and they would already have it up. Just a few more repairs, give or take. Besides, how is this a merciful goddess? We got a party donation too, and you can go off to hurt us for just about anything. Looks like you're about finished here. Hope I'm not late. Fine schedule. Now it's just... I'm here too. Running in with my son took a bit longer than anticipated, but I'm finally done. Now to go. Fine, though between the time they need to prepare and the time spent on the road, some degree of lag is unavoidable. Still, that's everyone can, so let's talk about analysis and... Strange. The digital response is distinct from that device's effects. You've gotten done now. I see you pay for your crimes. Quantum back armor always saw that armor? Someone's been working out. No, there's just so many of them. Getting on some samples on how we can get this in Regina analysis. Complete, but now I'm getting a new. Never mind, I deal with that either. We're good. Sit up block removed. Whoosh. Oh yeah, I feel like a whole new angel over here. I'm struck to his power. The Quantum plus we have the numbers to strike as one. Boom. And battle out the skill of the commandos, measuring and look glass with each type's various capabilities. All the pawns in the world won't overcome a fundamentally insurmountable gap in quality, which means checkmate. No, we're posting God! Marvelous, a truly inspiring display. You outwitted your opponent and sealed the deal with overwhelming skill. How, I presume? The smoking chief of the Captain Guard? It seems you spared really even an introduction, although I certainly would have picked up a trait to highlight. This guy's is irritating his small underwear, but he's not our enemy. I'll figure him while we catch each other up. Actually, I've had a person sing charming praises, but so long as you're willing to trust me, I'm happy to join you in my little powerful. Then let's get started. Got it, that all makes sense to me. It does? It's not especially complicated. Basilius and Ground want to bring Satan back. To do so, they need the fragments that form his body, and first to be his heart and his soul from another world. George Demons had the fragments, so Grass already got those. Basilius says he'll be the first, so that's checked off too. Which just leaves the soul, and for that, they need the sacred sword with Spanish mana plus 666 human sacrifices. Sounds like Hall's imposter almost surely has the sword, and first thing they're gonna do something to sacrifice here at the Ars Bellica. That about summing up? Well, kick me in the pants and call me a pin tartar. See, I actually got it. What, you think it's a kind of idiot? Never underestimated growing up. Sorry, Raphael. My independent investigation also suggested going to do something nefarious at the festival. Quite been very informed was planning the celebration this year, and he was quite specific about the number of attendees. I have to guess for its 3 and ceiling shot. I see. Huh? Wait, are you sure this is accurate? Hey, yeah, we can't count upstairs as a sacrifice because he's the vessel, so this sword leaves them one sword. Wait, you don't think Grant would offer himself up as a sacrifice, do you? That man is not the volunteering type. He's more the sort to sacrifice anything and anything to claim power for himself. So what then? Did he miscount? I mean, that's a fairly specific number, and it seems weird to get it wrong. Oh, but this is a delight, don't you see? The missing number only means that there was a final attendee whose name needs no inclusion on the guest list. Wait, who isn't on the guest list? Of course, the whole point of the holiday is to serve place in the aspects, remember? Which means the final sacrifice is Pope Bulgaria. Very well, you are dismissed. Then everything is ready for the rite. Yes, Satan will indeed have his offerings. Oh, but it is close now, so very close. Everything is within my reach, and soon it will all be mine. Yes, and congratulations on that, Cardinal. Seizing literally everything really is a dream. Decided to come after all, eh, Hall? Well, I suppose all of you are helpers you will receive a Satan's rebirth. Hall? Oh, that's right. I was still using that name as you, wasn't I? And what is that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing of consequence, but truly what a momentous occasion this is. At long last, all of your dreams will finally be realized. It has been a struggle, one which took far longer than I initially anticipated. All the groundwork itself, placing people in key positions around the world, having a backup plan for any possible contingencies that might arise. Wait, we had a backup plan? Ah, yes, that matter was the key to perdition. Was the living descendant of the goddess ever truly found? You're well informed. Yes, we'd hoped to find a new scroll of perdition and access more powerful chemical recipes. Those scrolls were teeming with records of the tools of warfare 1,000 years ago, that could greatly aid in our conquest of South Costea. But in the end, it was merely a way to win over some investors. I'll have to use the weapons was in command to see its power. The demon lord's might towards even the 5 horse demons. It will set up become open rule over the world. What is that? What's happening? Those are the demon entities born into miasma. Stop that at once. You can't just kill the sacrifices. There was a ritual that must be followed. Damn useless creatures have to start with the sealing stone. You there, halt! Impossible. Why aren't they stopping? They're bound by the sealing stone, so why won't they listen? What are you laughing about, you little weasel? Oh, but you must forgive me. Your panic was just so delightfully awkward. Still, if I've offended, let me make it up to you as a little secret. What secret? Is this all your treachery? You ruined me, my friend. This isn't so far from what you wanted, is it? Shut your double-crossing mouth, fool! You may have ruined my plans, but I have those demonic entities rip you apart. I rather doubt that. You could pour every ounce of money you have into that common pebble, and it won't accomplish a thing. A common? No, that's impossible! Oh, but it is. The moment the demon was released from its seal, it became no different from any roadside rock. Basilius! You controlled the demonic entities of Warsimia, remember? Use your stone now and purge this traitor! Have to tear him limb for limb! I hate to disappoint you, but that won't be happening either. Just like yours, Basilius' stone is now devoid of power. Then how were these entities even summoned? Well, with the 5 archdemons freed and all the sealing stones spent, only a demon possessed of miasma can do that. A demon? But that means you're... That's right, I'm a demon through and through, but you can call me... Loki. Because, you know, Fire Emblem Faces Loki was not enough. We gotta have another Loki. Then the attacker was Simia from the other days report was you? Indeed, that little band of demonic entities, or more properly, miasmic angels, was the work of yours truly. And you knew all along, Basilius? What madness is this? You were willing to give your body to become Satan's vessel. You wanted to fulfill my grand design. You are a fool. Did you truly believe I would give my life for a steam born of your staggeringly eager imagination? I've lived until today for the purpose of taking my vengeance against you. Why would I offer you anything? Vengeance? Vengeance for what? You slaughtered my village just to test some worthless new weapon. Though it was over a decade ago, so I doubt you even remember the incident. You mean that village of heretics? You survived that? In that village you falsely accused of heresy. Also you, in the previous Ring of War, could play it with your sick toys. And then you burnt what remained to the ground to destroy the evidence. I've never once forgotten the hate of those flames. But that was all necessary to reach the position I'm in now. Surely you must understand I had no other choice. And now you have no choice but to accept a pathetic death, humiliated and broken. Don't! Stop this, Basilius! There must be something you want. Say it! Anything! Whatever it is, I shall make it yours! My only wish is revenge for the home you put to the torch, and for his will to be granted. Whose will? Are we about done here? Your floundering has ceased to amuse me, and I trust you've had your fill as well. It's time for you to finally be of some use. Ah! Was sure this is the right way? What? Where art for such a rush? Please, do fill me in. Michael! As you say, we're in a hurry, so if you try to stop us, we won't hold back. An impressive threat, but sadly I can't stand down until Basilius' grand design is brought to fruition. What grand design? What does he hope to accomplish by bringing Satan back to life? Why do you even ask? Would Basilius win you over, or will you just respond with some trite speech on the emptiness of revenge? So, revenge is what he's after? Oh, but it's not so simple as that. It's true, you just will serve as revenge, but it has all become so much more. Statement so fake as to be pointless, given the answer with actual substance. So, Sandalaphon, isn't it time you grew a bit of a personality? Even androids don't sound so mechanical these days. Well, I suppose some things never change. I might not be able to give you the perfect answer, but I can tell you this much. Basilius' village was wiped out by Quadrupine and was in his own predecessor, the previous Wing of War. As I am connected to that shitstorm, needless to say, I was also there when it happened. But wouldn't that make you another target for Basilius' revenge? Never felt that sort of honest hostility between you, but it seems I was honest at one point, but we managed to talk through and reach some kind of accord. In truth, I was waiting to see if my grand at the time. He only told me it was a village of heretics hell-bent on disrupting the world's order. Seeing for us it is, I had no idea I was being played for the fool until Basilius told me the truth. They always took every precaution not to be found out, and I never thought to doubt my own apostle's loyalty. Still, those were all excuses. Basilius may have forgiven me after opening my eyes, but I haven't forgotten myself, which is why I swore to help him find justice. Even if what he seeks is ultimately unjust, I must atone for my part in that atrocity. But how do you give him here down to a 5-way Satan? That strikes me as the opposite of getting revenge against Squat. That's the part that isn't so simple. If all Basilius wanted was revenge, he could just kill Squat and be done with it. But this is going beyond what a man's search for vengeance. I'm confused. Why does a man of Basilius' stature need power adding enough to a sword to such measures? Afraid I can't share that part, but surely it isn't so hard to come up with reasons a person might take more power. Why, just the other day, there was a greedy conqueror who nothing had the Satan's power in order to rule the world. Casting aside the absent goddess for a new and very present god and regaining the world in the bargain sounds nice, no? And Satan's power couldn't make it a reality, so Graf planned to destroy the Seventh Church to command the order of the people. Though his was a dream fated to end as nothing more than that. I take it from your tone that Basilius has already claimed his revenge. Oh, who can tell? Honestly, I wouldn't take anything I say too seriously. After all, I am your enemy. I'm on it. It would seem he does intend to find us, but there's no way he can win, which means he's just trying to buy time. And a long-winded exposition. I will always be on Basilius' side. If he wished it, I would make an enemy of the entire world. That is my choice, and my atonement. So apologies, my friends, but his dream demands I stop you here. And it's just to begin a boss battle, which means easy peasy.
Do make this fun for me. It takes tremendous nerve to oppose me. I win by no.
I just killed you in 2 slashes, buddy.
Lose.
I just killed you in 2 slashes. This is just beginner mode. F off.
I was a cut above, naturally.
Exorcism and Moss. This is as far as I go. I hope to hold out a bit longer, but you people are exhausting. And you aren't going to finish me? If you keep me here, my searchers connected will claim Basilius as well. If you aim to stop him, this is the easiest way. If you're sincere about atoning my kill, then you Basilius need to live. Don't take the coward's way out by dying. Absolutely exhausting. And I fear you all come to regret that decision. By the goddess, this is a horror. Such carnage. Or the 666 already dead then? So, you've come. Where's Omega? I know she was here! Then I invite you to pick through the corpses so you'll find who you're looking for. Oh, but you might need some gloves. Damn you, Basilius! My, the ever composed routine that finally loses a cool. I'm lucky to have seen such a rare sight before the end. The end of what? The end that is now upon us all. Didn't you fear the moment you stepped into this place? The countdown to Satan's glorious rebirth is upon us. All? No, you must be an impostor. Wow, you really did a good job with that. I can barely make out any difference. So you sit at the wheel, Hall? In that case, I suppose it's time. Can't have you running all out just calling me impostor or the live long day, now can we? From now on, you can just call me Loki. I don't give a hoot about what you want to be called. I haven't seen Satan stopping around this place, which means there's still time. Oh, certainly. Depending on the effort, it seems possible that you might prevent his resurrection from coming about. But I have my doubts. More demonic entities, this isn't good. None of that changes what we must do. We take them down and stop Satan's revival for good. So you would finish while we started. I trust you come up with a countermeasure for this. On it. What? The device! Things will be easy for you this time. Regine's already analyzed it to its 20 blocks its effects. I should hope this will prove more of a challenge than last time. Okay. Smoke screen. Huh? What's the demonic entity's foe? Let's see. They can turn this from ball into a series of small engagements. Wait, that's... Loki seems aware of what you're doing as well. In that case, I'll follow his lead to stay put. I'll take them on as they come. Waiting for the moment they strike. But they go for what they believe is a single target to find two-wing. Look sharp now, Basilius. What? If you fancy keeping your head firmly around to the top of your shoulders, friend, then I would advise you not to move. So that's it. Very clever. And the real one appears. How exciting. Have you been acting alone all this time just to create this opportunity? Glad my impostor at least has my smarts. Loki, was it? It's been just ages. I'm rather flattered to see you still wearing my body all these years later. Not that I can blame you, of course I really am such a good handsome devil. In fact, I'm rather thankful given the present circumstances. Pity for you though. Nice work, Hall. I managed to find us all to keep your serious pen down. Aw, why so quiet? Has the sudden turn of events left you speechless? But this shard contains the mana I need to summon Satan. If I gave this up, all my friends would be before the day would be saved. And what's so exciting about that? What are you plotting? Match taking, and there's miasma. Bow before might, as all lives must. There can be no escape. This little deal possesses power far greater than the demonic entities you faced before. I trust you enjoy your time together. Brace yourselves, everyone. But didn't you have a sigil released? Oh well, time for the raid. I am rather interested to see how the 16 raid battle goes. Oh, somehow I left the room. Awesome. Okay, there we go.
of struggle closes. Welcome to the prison of death. I must end this now, ere it escalates further.
I mean, it's way better. It's kind of easy to begin with.
Checkmate.
Of course, it's going to be difficult to more. It's going to be difficult because little difficulties, but still, again, for plot convenience, it's just easy mode. Oh, awesome! I can't even check this yet until. Okay, well, at least I know the end date for now, so I'll come see you guys later when the epilogue is finally released. Well, it's the epilogue. Here we are. No, I thought more, my ambitions. Oh, hi, Guard, you're dead. What? I was supposed to stand apart, duel over all, as Pope. Alas, you realize just a bit too late. The dear God says the final preparations are complete. But that means we offered up the 666 sacrifice in a truly breathtaking display of incompetence. Yes, that's exactly what that means. This cannot be. And now, at long last, it begins. Satan's advent is upon us. And everything until now has been... Hold it together. As long as we have Basilius, they don't have the vessel. Why can't be completed? Really, Nevin. At this point, you haven't seen through the lie I told you all the way back in Wazasuma. The eye? Oh no. Oh yes. It is not I who will become his vessel. Oh no. Oiga, you're alive! No, no! The support is most appreciated, Oiga. Take nothing of it. You two have afforded you to spell, and now our plans are complete. This was your plan? Indeed, Satan's first works was all Oiga's idea. Basilius and I have merely been following her the entire time. She's calling her grant was such a sacrificial lamb that may no longer to slaughter. Well, what could you possibly hope to gain by surviving such an evil? I seek to save this world from the progenitor. Oh my god, I don't understand any of this. What's going on? What could you possibly be chasing? Is this really what will make you happy? If I do not acquire Satan's power now, the progenitor will close off all possibilities for this world's future. You couldn't begin to understand the horror of seeing all your potential crushed before you, if your will being stripped away. But I have seen it, and I know there was no happiness to be found here. Instead, there was simply nothing. That is why I do this. I claim happiness for myself the only way I can. You don't have to go through this world alone, Oiga. We talked about this. It's still not too late. Let me help you. You know your big sister just wants it. I swear I'll never let go of your hand again. As I told you, sister, the hour is too late. These hands are sorted now, and the church would only defile you. That's not true! Which so, I will cease happiness for myself and make the world know salvation. For this, I shall become Satan! Oh my god! Wonderful, truly wonderful. This day is finally here. Satan's glorious rebirth is upon us. The resurrection of Satan, the Demon Lord, is complete. Soon after he entered our world, the five archangels to sacrifice themselves to halt his rampage in the Holy City. Though the air lies thick with tragedy and despair, the apostles do what little they can in the time remaining. But the end of Zion returns to the fairy kingdom, shining a ray of hope down upon the ruined city. Face Forsaken Part 2. Let all who oppose the Demon Lord make ready. Rather short epilogue, but given that this is a two-parter, it makes perfect sense. I pray at the end of this that Dorga makes it out alive. I'm just saying. It's like we suddenly get all this development and it's like... BAM! No, logically that this takes place after a main story chapter we have not reached yet, but still. Anyways, this is just a quick one to wrap up the whole video, I guess. I will save my thoughts on this whole event in full when part 2 is out, just because it's easier. But yeah, stakes are high now. Next time, we're gonna go back in time tracks to chapter 22. Because, you know, we gotta catch up on main story. Well, actually, no. Part 2 of this is coming up pretty soonish, so... so next time, I'll see you in part 2. Story chapter will be coming, like, at the end of this month, basically, so... There's that. I'll see you guys then.